can't believe you're Bruce Wayne. That fun Playboy fiddling while Rome burns thing is an act? 'Cause I love it.
Alfred, run analysis on the blood sample I just uploaded.
Right you are, Master Bruce. I'm searching for possible matches now. How you managed to get this sample is beyond me, sir. Ah, here we are. The blood is heavily mutated, but we have a partial match, a Dr. Kirk Langstrom.
Search for any properties in Gotham owned or leased by Dr. Langstrom.
Certainly. Let me... he and his wife lease a basement laboratory in Chinatown. I'm sending you the address.
That tortured creature was once a man. Dr. Kirk Langstrom. There must be a cause for this transformation. His lab might hold the answer.
Proceed with caution, sir. The creature could well be hiding in...
He's gonna have a plan B figured out. Don't you worry. Besides, Batman's got an army to deal with now. I don't wanna find out what Scarecrow's got planned next. There's definitely some kind of creature flying over this. It's my city.
Drone feed offline.
Get back!
I need to stay within range of the remote control.
He's here! Alpha targets hit a drone!
That tortured creature was once a man. Dr. Kirk Langstrom. There must be a cause for this transformation. His lab might hold the answer.
Proceed with caution, sir. The creature could well be hiding in familiar surroundings.
Well, you had enough yet, Puck? Speak up, we can't hear you. You won't win. Still think the Bat's coming to save the day, huh? Yeah, I'd like to see him try. symphony. I never get sick of hearing some poor punk squealing. You're animals! There you go again, breaking the silence. I don't think we're getting through to him. I think we need to try harder. Don't worry, we won't give up on you. We got all the patience in the world. You'll see.
So proud of you, honey. Go on. Tell them what you've done.
Hello, world. No, that's... Oh, it's
Go on. Just be yourself.
okay. Full genetic resplicing was a success. The recombinant molecule...
Honey, you're doing it again. How about in English?
Yes, of course. Sorry. So, what we've done is merged the DNA of Desmodus rotundus...
There's a computer.
Sorry.
Maybe it contains some answers.
The human chain. This breakthrough could...
This computer stores all of Dr. Langstrom's research. Mixing his DNA with a vampire bat? That was never going to end well. If I search through the man-bat's signature and remove it from Langstrom's DNA... I've created a clean DNA sample. Now all I need to do is make him take his medicine.
Alfred, I've synthesized a cure in Langstrom's lab. Now I just need to find him.
Any idea where he may be hiding?
He's not in control of his actions. He could be anywhere.
No one knows this city better than you, Master Bruce. You'll find him.
So proud of you. Go on. Tell them what you've done.
Blunt trauma to the head. Langstrom had no idea what he was doing.
Full genetic resplicing was a success. The recombinant molecule...
Honey, you're doing it again. How about in English?
Yes, of course. Sorry. So, what we've done is merge the DNA of Desmodus rotundus, the vampire bat, into the human chain. This breakthrough it will, prevent and cure deafness in all humanity. How is that?
Perfect, sweetie.
Are you getting this, honey?
I think so. Is the red light on? Perk? Honey, are you okay? Oh my god! I'm so proud of you, honey. Go on. Tell them what you've done.
His wife? Your parents? What is it about dead relatives that turned you into a giant rodent?
The rioters have the Station 17 fire crew held hostage throughout the city. They're dead unless I help them.
No one's saving you, punk. Gordon's daughter got grabbed? I ain't that big as much as the next guy, but that ain't right.
He's on our tail! Outrun that thing!
Come on, lose him!
Alfred, I found the mutilated body Cash was talking about. I'm going to try and establish a cause of death.
Blood tests reveal the cause of death was an overdose of painkillers leading to cardiac arrest. Also, the victim's fingerprints have been burned off with acid.
A rather unsavory demise.
That's not all. It's as though the subject's DNA has been corrupted somehow. There's insufficient information for me to cross-reference the database. I'll have to use the deep tissue scanner to analyze the body for distinguishing features and determine the victim's identity.
Right you are, sir.
Deformity on the left ear. Looks like a result of minor ear agenesis, a birth defect. A wedding ring in the lower intestine. The inscription reads, Ophelia. The victim had a hip replacement. Scar tissue hasn't fully healed, so it must have been recent. Alfred, the victim's name is Anthony Lund. Hospital records show he suffered with alcoholism, most probably brought on by the breakdown of his marriage. The name on the ring, Ophelia, his ex-wife. He was last seen in Albuquerque, New Mexico. What's unusual is that they didn't go missing in Gotham. They were brought here and killed. Why? We need to track down whoever did this.
Might I suggest keeping an ear out for any more of that ghastly opera music? It sounds ominously like a calling card.
The killer is mutilating and posing his victims and then putting them on display.
He left opera music playing at the crime scene. He wants them to be found.
So get thee to the train yard.
Detective, you arrived! I thought Catwoman's little predicament might encourage your participation. I realized, you see, that the kind of image-obsessed narcissist who places bat symbols on his hubcaps would never willingly submit himself to the kind of humiliation I have in store. Yet, here you are, Detective. The humiliation is waiting below. Well then, Detective, it begins. You are staring, with stupefied incomprehension, at a mechanism I have calibrated to respond to an extremely precise radar pulse. In a moment, I will give you the decrypted code, Dark Knight. Oh, but first, I think we should run through the ground rules for tonight's festivities. Rule the first. You will address me at all times as Riddler, the Riddler, or Mr. Nigma, sir. Otherwise, Detective, I expect your patented brand of churlish silence. Rule the second. All gauntlets, cowl-integrated microphones, and other communications devices, bat-themed or otherwise, are to be switched off prior to the start of the test. Should you be caught using any of these, you will be expelled from the course. Rule the third. The use of purpose-built riddle-solving equipment is strictly prohibited. I am familiar with the contents of your utility belt, Detective, and I will be evaluating any sudden additions over the course of this evening most suspiciously. Rule the fourth. In the event of fire or flood, I will be on hand to guide you to the nearest emergency exit. Assuming, that is, you are not too proud to follow my advice. In that eventuality, we will consider your stubbornly prideful suicide an admission of defeat. Rule the fifth. Do not ask for clues. Rule the sixth. Should I, in my exasperation, choose to provide you with a clue, hint, obliquely meaningful insult, or any other form of assistance, you will not ask for further elucidation, but instead thank me for my kind generosity, whilst adhering to the forms of address outlined in the very first rule. Rule the seventh. Bathroom breaks will be administered on a discretionary basis. Should we find ourselves at a... What? How did you solve tonight's very first riddle? Well done. Welcome to my racetrack, Detective. You must complete 3 circuits of this gauntlet, finishing each before the time limit expires. Come now, Detective. Let's put that grotesque ego-mobile to the test. Be ready, Dark Knight. There's more to this test than just going vroom, vroom, really fast. Tick-tock, Detective, tick-tock. Can that ramshackle motor handle this? Come now, Detective. Time waits for no man. And I wait for no Batman. You appear to have been utterly crushed by my superiority. Try again, Detective. I have all night. Try again. Come on, Detective. Back to the start of the course. Another attempt? My, but you're optimistic. You must heed along like the electrical signals in my supercharged brain. Oh, Dark Knight. That looked like it hurt. Did it? Dark Knight, don't waste my time. It's several times more precious than yours. A quite stunning failure. Would you like to try again, Detective? You'll fail once more. Fail once more. Would you like another attempt at that laugh? Faster, Batman, faster! Tortoise and hare-based allegorical narratives hold no truth here. Katana sharp mental acuity, near instant reaction time, all marks of a true genius, Batman. Detective, time waits for no man. And I wait for no Batman. Faster, Dark Knight, faster! Can those flickering, faltering synapses keep up with my automatically adjusting course? You're not done yet, Batman.
Not done.
I'm disabling the afterburner's failsafe. I need the extra speed.
Don't get too confused. Now, right! I'm shocked, Dark Knight. Is that really as fast as it goes? Let's work that undeveloped brain of yours. Dark Knight, don't waste my time. It's several times more precious than yours. Once more onto the track, Dark Knight. Once more! Now pay attention, Detective. Go left. Detective, What's that I hear? Is it time's winged chariot hurrying near? Come now, detective. Time waits for no man. And I wait for no Batman. You are defeated. Too slow, Dark Knight. Too slow.
Too slow.
Feel that, detective? It's called humiliation. Come back to the start of the course and I'll serve up some more. By all means, fail as much as you like. If you can't understand the intellectual virtues of completing this trial, Batman, I'm not going to explain them to you. Turn around, you dark knucklehead! Aren't things clearer now that that insane clown has been disposed of? Now you know who your real nemesis is. Hurry up, detective. You stand marginally more of a chance of succeeding if you actually begin. You seem to have lost. Something wrong? I could literally do this with my eyes closed. Come on, detective. Back to the start of the course. Let's try that last lap again. Faster, Batman. Like Hermes! Or if you prefer, that Roman knockoff Mercury. You're close, detective. Don't fumble now. Don't fumble now. Dark Knight, don't waste my time. It's several times more precious than yours. Oh dear, you seem to have failed. Is the vehicle to blame or the driver? Probably both. By all means, fail as much as you like. failure. Now, a good workman never blames his tools, Dark Knight, but since you built that ramshackle fat wagon, no doubt it is underperforming. It's underperforming. Dark Knight, your penance for failure will be journeying back to the start of the course. Failure. Back to the start. Dark Knight, don't waste my time. It's several times more precious than yours. Relax, Dark Knight. The ordeal is over. Such a pity the laws of physics prohibit me from testing my non-Euclidean designs. Now then, Detective, hop on the pressure pad beside me. Listen carefully, Dark Knight. Your friend's life depends on it. Back in the orphanage, a series of glass cabinets have appeared in front of Catwoman. Isn't that right, my dear?
I see them, Eddie.
Good. One of those cabinets, my dear, has your first key inside. The others, they contain less useful keys. Keys that will unlock the admittedly slight contents of your skull all over the orphanage walls. Your job, Detective, is simple. Figure out which cabinet Catwoman must open. And don't get it wrong.
So, can do this?
Can you trust him, Catwoman?
Trust.
Okay, Batman. Let's see if you're as smart as they say. One down.
Well done to the pair of you. That's the first key collected. Don't expect to be sinking your claws into too many more. Too many more. Did you really believe that a challenge designed by me, the Riddler, would be quite so easy? Oh, Dark Knight, you sweet, naive sentinel, of course it wouldn't. But now I have several hundred terabytes of performance data relating to the latest model of rocket-powered hearse you're driving. With that in mind, I have prepared for you something a little less knuckle-whitening and rather more brow-furrowing in Chinatown. Hurry on over, Detective, or it won't be curiosity that kills the cat.
Whatever Riddler's built beneath Chinatown, it's not going to stop me.
Army guys. They're taking over buildings, blocking off roads like they own the place. What's he doing? What's he doing? He's tailing us. Keep driving. You know, I don't think I've ever killed a firefighter. Really? That surprises me. Yeah, whack the cops.
Well, Dark Knight, eager for more? It's humbling, isn't it? The opportunity to even glimpse my greatness, the dawning realization of just how insignificant, how unworthy of note you really are. These trials are my masterpieces, Detective. When I have defeated you, they will become monuments to my genius, testaments to your stupidity. Crowds of school children will pack themselves in this elevator, eager to see for themselves the place where the Dark Knight was defeated. They won't understand a thing, of course, but they'll come. Trial so elegantly simple that even you should manage a feeble grasp of the premise. You must provide power to this board, Detective. You know, Dark Knight, on balance, I don't think you're going to figure this out. You see this, cat? This bumbling, incompetent fool? Your life depends on him. Oh no, Batman. It seems you're far too attached to that fancy tank of yours to solve this one. This isn't just a test of intelligence, Dark Knight. It's a test of skill. Well done, Detective. Your true calling as a third-rate circus stuntman becomes clearer by the day. Congratulations, Dark Knight. You've earned the right to play the next part of the puzzle. Head over to the board.
Oh, joy. Time to play the Will My Head Explode game again.
Which cabinet, kitty cat? Kitty cat. What's wrong, Catwoman? You're usually more eager to snatch things that don't belong to you from glass cabinets. Oh, can't decide, Dark Knight?
You'd better be right, Batman. Head still attached? Great. Collar still attached? Not so great.
Congratulations! You've achieved the very minor victory of not being as stupid as you look. Not stupid as you look. Now, Catwoman, celebrate your survival by telling Batman all about the exciting orphanage development. Celebrate orphanage development.
No, you do it.
Now, Kitty. Kitty.
Why, Batman, there's a big, mysterious green door.
Yes, yes, there is. Come back to the orphanage, Batman, and I'll let the pair of you through it. Well done, Dark Knight. You should, I hope, be beginning to comprehend the breadth of the tasks ahead of you, the sheer scale of the gauntlet I have thrown down. Or perhaps not. Perhaps you're feeling cocky. Perhaps these early victories have filled you with false hope. Well then, ride that wave of smug satisfaction all the way back to the orphanage. I'm waiting. Orphanage.
These tanks and stuff must have cost a fortune.
distance, Master Bruce.
Batman sighted! Crush him! I've lost the drone! Rattler's been hit! Drone down! Got him! Rattler offline! Alpha target hit! Going for the kill! We lost one, sir. He's making you look like a fool! Rattler's hit! It's still operational! Rattler down! Mama's been hit! Armor holding! Drone's offline!
The bomb's payload is exposed. I can use the power winch to trigger a controlled explosion.
Congratulations, sir. Bomb destroyed.
These machines won't quit, Batman. Not until you're dead.
Selena's still trapped in the orphanage. Nigma's got something in store for us both when I get there.
Have you...
Welcome back to the Riddletorium. Do not fear. Your friend has not been harmed. Before I allow you to see her, however, riddle me this. Riddle me this. What kind of question can only be asked upon reflection? Good luck. Good luck. No, Dark Knight, you're way off the mark. The mark. well, it seems you have earned the right to see your friend. Why, she'll be as surprised as I am that you've made it this far.
Oh, good. You're back. Eddie wouldn't show me whatever deranged parlor game he's got waiting behind that door until you arrived.
I'll get you out of here.
I'm sorry, do I seem testy? It's probably something to do with the gorgeous necklace Eddie picked out for me. Have you seen it? It explodes.
Oh, I do hope you two are getting along. Because you'll need to work together if you want to find the key hidden in here. Find the key.
Well, this looks creepy. Someone's been reading the feng shui for serial killers. Oh, great. Extra trapped. As if the collar wasn't enough.
Oh, Batman, Catwoman, neither of you is getting out of there without the other's help.
I've got 5 switches and the world's most boring light show over here. You?
Same.
Oh, look. It's more of Eddie's homemade friends.
Your mockery is pointless, Cat. I don't have any friends at all. simply won't solve this one unless you can see things from each other's point of view. Well, there we go. It's settled. You're not quite as dumb as each other. Congratulations, Catwoman. Batman, you're lagging behind. Oh, Dark Knight. I can barely describe to you what a pleasure it is to see your brow furrow over the simplest of conundrums. I do apologize for not creating a riddle that you can merely pound into submission. Here, why don't you take out your primitive frustrations on my automated assistants?
All yours.
Well then, it seems you've earned another key.
This is going to take all night, isn't it? Well, that was fun. At least I got to hit something.
How are you holding up?
I'm fine. I don't need your concern. Just your help getting this thing off.
I wouldn't celebrate just yet, you two. Dark Knight, my next challenge can be found beneath Elliott Memorial Hospital. Conveniently located for when you pass out due to mental exhaustion.
Mental exhaustion.
Hey, Bats. When did Catwoman get so cute? Must have been when I started looking out of your eyes, hmm? You gonna ask her out or what? Oh, you're not still torn up about Talia al Ghul, are you? Come on, it's been months. Even the worms that ate her corpse have probably forgotten about it by now. You're really gonna turn down this fine opportunity for romance just because I blew your last girlfriend's lungs out? Take a tip from your wingman, Brucey. The ladies hate it when you brood over the ex you failed to save.
Riddler's next trial's in Bristol. He's losing Alfred, and that makes him dangerous.
Perhaps the real challenge is tolerating his relentless self-aggrandizing commentary.
So what, we gotta listen to Scarecrow lecture us all night? Get back! Well, there goes the riot. It's always the same. It starts one, then people show up, taking it way too seriously with all their fancy equipment, and spoil it.
The preliminaries are done with, Dark Knight. I hope you understand that. Oh, had I so wished, you'd have failed before you had even begun to comprehend the very first hurdle. But no, no, no. I wanted you to know the full extent of my brilliance, you understand? To fully appreciate my superiority. But now, well, I'm not going easy on you anymore. Another racetrack, detective, but please, do not let its unique peculiarities crush your spirit. Well, shall we begin? No, Dark Knight, you are not losing what little grip you had on reality. Merely entered a brave new world of my design. I control these. Ceiling applies 300 dead bats of pressure, Detective. I invented the measurement myself. Katana Sharp's mental acuity, near instant reaction time, all marks of a true genius, Batman. You know, it takes a very special ant to crush itself underfoot. I built this course in a sewer, Detective. You needed the home team advantage. Onward, Batman! Or does the Dark Knight require a pit stop?
Pit stop.
Very good, Dark Knight! Again! Careful now, Batman. You didn't go to all the trouble of painting that thing just the right shade of black in order to scuff it. What happens when an unstoppable force meets an unredeemable idiot? Is it a car? Is it a tank? Who cares? Soon it'll be scrapped. Notice, Batman, the walls of inevitability are closing in. That's it. I'm cranking it up. 500 dead bats of pressure. Your vehicle cannot withstand such pressure, Detective. Trust me on this. I ran the calculations. A quite stunning failure. Not fast enough, Detective. Any idiot could do this if he had all day. Any idiot could do this if he had all day. Engineer that car yourself, Batman? It would explain the numerous design flaws. Such a pity I couldn't show you the Riddler mobile. It's bigger, faster, several times more aesthetically pleasing than your vehicle. It's in the shop. Oh, Batman. Don't make me come down there and show you how it's done. You know, I think the wheels on that thing might actually be as thick as your skull. Feeling claustrophobic, Detective? Get ready for the final lap. What a fitting end for you, Detective. A stain on my floor. You'll be crushed, flattened, pulverized. Any second now. Careful, Detective. I'd like the car to be working when I'm done with you. That's several tons of metal slamming down upon you, Dark Knight. You may wish to avoid it. It's time. 1,000 dead bats of pressure. Not good enough. Too slow, Detective. Dark Knight. Your penance for failure will be journeying back to the start of the course. Detective. It's a linear course. If you can't understand the intellectual virtues of completing this trial, Batman, I'm not going to explain them to you. Things clearer now that that insane clown has been disposed of? Now you know who your real nemesis is. Careful, Detective! I'd like the car to be working when I'm done with you. Roman knockoff Mercury. Ah, the sweet taste of someone else's failure. Faster next time, detective, or you will fail again. Faster next time, detective. I can see it, detective. You're miscalculating corners, swerving through straight. Where did you learn how to drive? Try and avoid the descending ceiling, Dark Knight. You're going backwards, Dark Knight. Is this a valiant attempt at a joke? Not good enough. Too slow, detective. Oh, you incompetent boy racer. Careful, detective. I'd like the car to be working when I'm done. You are defeated. Too slow, Dark Knight. Too slow.
Too slow.
That looked like it hurt. Did it? Ha! You failed! You're idiot! idiocy never ceases to... Well, actually, no. I have come to expect it. Actually... Oh, dear. That would have injured someone whose skull wasn't so thick. Oh, Dark Knight. That looked like it hurt. Upside down, Dark Knight? Really? Too slow, Detective. But I don't want you to fail. I want you to die trying. Come on, Detective. Back to the start of the course. Back to the start of the course. Incompetent boy racer. Where did you learn how to drive? No, Batman, you can't drive through solid objects. It's really basic physics. Enough! Another lap would be the end of you, Dark Knight, and I can't quite bring myself to stop the fun so soon. Your next key awaits.
Oh, good. The fun part.
Do you think he's smart enough, Cat?
And here we go.
Congratulations, Catwoman. You proved yourself able to follow simple directions. I must say, Dark Knight, that your desperate fumblings have exceeded my admittedly rather meager expectations. I am impressed. This must be how naturalists felt upon observing chimpanzees using tools for the first time. Did you know, Detective, that the cleverest chimps can even obey simple instructions? It's true. Let's try it, shall we? Go to Gotham Casino for your next test, and I'll give you a banana.
Anybody seen that anarchy guy? The kids love this.
Oh, Detective, I can't tell you how pleased I am that you're playing along with my little game. You literally cannot imagine what it's like to be so intellectually removed from the rest of the human race. I couldn't isolation of everyone else. Oh dear, Dark Knight. What a pity you couldn't bring the Batwing to this one. Hurry along, Dark Knight. This isn't rocket science. Stumped, Dark Knight? I can see your brain flying through the possibilities. Come now, Dark Knight. Don't force me to eject you from the chamber.
Eject from the chamber.
Since you insist on dressing like a flying rat, I thought I'd put those abilities to the test. The only mammal capable of flight. Since all you do is glide, you're actually a variety of squirrel. Contrary to popular belief, very few bats survive on blood. Most species subsist on insects, whereas you prefer to live off undeserved praise. Creatures known to prey on bats include hawks, owls, some spiders, falcons, and, oh yes, of course, me. It must feel wonderful, Detective, floating majestically over a city filled with your minute inferiors. Much like being me. Some sort of collapsible harness? An arrogant insistence that the laws of gravity do not apply to you? Young man who likes strapping on a pair of makeshift wings. What was his name? Oh yes, that's right. Icarus. It's a classical reference, you uncultured brute. Flummoxed, Batman? At a loss? Completely stumped? That's how I feel when I contemplate how long it's taken to beat you. loss? Completely stumped? That's how I feel when I contemplate how long it's taken to beat you. Flummoxed, Batman? At a loss? Completely stumped? That's how I feel when I contemplate how long it's taken to beat you. That's it, Batman. Keep rubbing those two brain cells together and you just might produce a spark. That's it, Batman. Keep rubbing those two brain cells together and you just might produce a spark. Admit it, Batman. I am unbeatable. That's it, Batman. Keep rubbing those two brain cells together and you just might produce a spark. You got there eventually, Detective, making you literally as capable as the digit-flapping mammal you pointlessly pretend to be. Your next key awaits you. Key.
I can't leave. Catwoman needs my help choosing the key.
More cabinets. Great. I love this part.
Ready to die, my dear?
Okay. Time to possibly maybe die. Well, this is not how I wanted to spend my night.
Another key collected. I trust you're not giving her false hope, Detective.
Oh, good. More fun.
Well, Dark Knight Detective, you have passed another test. I cannot help but admire the spirit with which you have thrown yourself into a task for which you are woefully under-equipped. I almost feel guilty when I contemplate what's coming, but not so guilty that I'm going. Another of my riddle rooms is waiting.
I'm going back to the orphanage. Selena's waiting.
I can only imagine what cruel game Mr. Nigma has in store for you and Ms. Kyle.
Oh, crap! It's Batman! Get us out of here! They're moving her around. No one knows where she is.
How are you doing?
Can't fault the entertainment. Eddie just lectured me on the 13 innovations that let him pack this collar with his custom-designed plastic explosive.
You must be honored.
At being what? Your motivation? Come on, the next puzzle room's waiting. You still haven't apologized.
For what?
For Eddie treating me like a white hat. Like one of your sidekicks. You know, half the crooks in Gotham think I feed you info.
You do.
Yeah, when there's something in it for me. They think I'm doing it on principle.
Greetings to my costumed contestants. Your next challenge is simple. Guide an electric charge to its destination. I hope the varying amounts of pressure don't get to you.
Another one? What's Eddie's problem?
Fanatic narcissism, egocentrism, and megalomania, crossed with severe obsessive compulsion.
Thanks.
Don't mention it. Counterweights move further when I step on the pads.
You are getting older. Maybe it's time to add a few extra notches to the utility belt. Move over, would you? Hey, don't shove.
No, Dark Knight, you're way off the mark. The mark. Congratulations to the dementedly dressed duo. Your key awaits. Oh, but what's this? An electrified floor?
Electrified floor?
You do it. You still owe me for Arkham City.
Goodness, you figured it out already. Well, you better grab that key and be on your way. Meet the second generation of my android allies. I've built a variant specifically tailored to each of your dubious abilities. Batman, I've built a highly efficient production line.
Leave the blue ones to me.
You know what, Detective? I'm glad you solved this riddle. Because it takes you one step closer to the riddle that kills you.
Riddle that kills you.
Eddie really hates you, doesn't he?
He's an ego-driven narcissist who can't let anyone else win.
Gee, if only you'd met under different circumstances.
His obsession's getting worse. He's going after my allies.
Ally? After this, I think we should dial it back to known associate for a while.
This was nothing, Dark Knight, nothing. A new trial awaits you, Detective, by Divinity Church, and I'm waiting too.
Great news, Bats. I was just hanging out in hell, you know, because you killed me and sent me there, and you'll never guess who I saw. That's right, your dead girlfriend, Talia al Ghul. Now, don't worry, I asked, and she's totally cool with Cat Lady having a go on the old scratching post. She also says, ow, ow, is this a bullet in my sternum or a broken heart?